Hi, Gordon Anderson again from gordontheguru.co.uk. Such a beautiful day today. Thought I'd come down to the beach, River Clyde behind me, where I live in the west of Scotland, to talk to you a bit about calories. The title of this video is Shhhmalories, and it seems to me that most people think they know what a calorie is, and it does have a scientific definition. It's a unit of energy. But depending on what you eat, the calories in it could be nutritious or they could be an anti-nutrient. So it really depends what it is. So I happened to catch a little discussion on TV the other day, and it was an expert talking about more healthy choices that should be available in places like hospitals when people are waiting, and when you buy things out of vending machines and where there are cafeterias and things like that. And the whole discussion was about calories. If you go to a weight loss club, if you go to a fitness facility, if you go to see a dietitian, a diabetic nurse, a medical professional, and even in some cases personal trainers, they'll talk to you all the time about calories. That's their language. Calories, shhhmalories. Now, I'm an expert in nutrition, and I ran classes for years on weight loss. And here's another popular opinion that people have. You move more and you eat less. You'll get everything that you need in a well-balanced diet. But here's the thing that I really want to talk to you about today, and where all of this nonsense comes from: the calorie equation. Your body does not follow the rules of arithmetic, and the reason they think that fat makes you fat, which is the mainstream advice, is because fat has the highest number of calories in it per gram. It's 9 calories per gram. Protein is 4. Carbohydrates advertised as 4, but it's actually 3.75. So those are your big, what I call macronutrients: fat, protein, carbohydrate. And the thinking is, let's keep the fats low because it's got the highest calorie content. Makes sense, doesn't it? Well, it would if our body followed the rules of arithmetic, but it doesn't. Here's a little booklet. I collect these. I collect lots of things, and actually some of my clients bring me newspaper clips and things. I'm always very interested in these sorts of things. So here's a little booklet from the Food Standards Agency, which is an organisation that most of us think we could trust, and it says saturated fats made simple. And you read through this booklet, and they're putting the spotlight in a certain place, and one of the places, I've earmarked one of the pages here, it says which foods are high in saturated fat. We think saturated fat's the enemy, don't we? Well, one of the things it says to avoid here is coconut oil. Coconut oil, coconut cream. Now, coconut oil is used extensively in Ayurvedic medicine. It has an unbelievable range of health properties, and it's 92% fat. So that's where they just put the spotlight and they say keep that out your diet. Meanwhile, they'll recommend things like margarine. Margarine's okay, but coconut oil isn't okay. Coconut oil is one of the best things that you can put in your body, and it's the type of fat that's in there that makes it okay. So we use it for cooking, we use it on our skin. You'll find it in a lot of really good hair care products and things like that. So it's definitely not the enemy, and that's one of the things listed to avoid in this booklet here. So there's lots of conflict and misunderstandings about fat. So you and I need fat. Fat is essential. You may have heard of them, essential fats, better known as the omega family, omega 3, 6, 9. You'll find the omegas rich in oily fish, seeds, nuts, things like that. So you want to have them in your diet somewhere, assuming you don't have any allergies to them. So fats aren't the enemy, and fats do not make you fat. In fact, those types of fats actually support weight loss if that's something that you're interested in. So as I go through here, it says, simply eating more balanced meals can help you reduce your saturated fat intake. Well, to get the balance right, it says eat lots of fruits, vegetables, plenty of rice, potatoes, pasta, and other starchy foods. Well, in my language, it's the carbohydrates that are sugar. They're also termed as glycemic. So I talk about carbohydrates, sugar, and I use the word glycemic interchangeably. Now, mentioning earlier on, 9 calories per gram in fat, 4 in protein, it's actually 3.75 in carbohydrates. Just call it sugar. It's sugar in all its forms that has us gain weight and robs us of energy later on. As I often say, your body's your best feedback. So fat is not the enemy. Fat, the right type of fat, is essential for health, vitality, and indeed weight loss. But what's the mainstream advice? Low fat, low calorie. Isn't that true? You go low fat and low calorie in the supermarket, know that it's going to be high carbohydrate, also called sugar. And it's the sugar, which is the lowest calorie content per gram, that gets you. And your body's your best feedback. How do you know? Because it's going on your hips, isn't it? It's going on your tum, and you might even say, I don't even eat that much. You might consider yourself eating a healthy breakfast. You might eat lots of fruits through the day. Well, all fruits, all vegetables, all cereals, all breads, pretty much anything that grows from the ground is a carbohydrate, and it's predominantly sugar. And if you, with good intentions, eat things like bananas and grapes and dried fruits, and you juice your fruits like orange juices and apple juices, just know that you are downing mountains of sugar as you do that, as you consume these foods. And in my language, that is a fat storage event. So it's got nothing to do with saturated fat. Fat does not make you fat. Just finally, see, I've got another little booklet here in my hand. I accompanied my father to a dietitian one time many years ago. My late father, now he had a lung removed, he had lung cancer, and he lost his appetite, he didn't enjoy eating anymore, and there was a concern, you know, he was about 7.5 stone, you know, very light, and he was losing weight, lost his appetite. So I accompanied him to a dietitian because he, in his mind, wanted some, you know, qualified advice. So we went to the dietitian, and she gave my father this booklet here. And this is a booklet that says eating better, feeling better. And it's remember to support somebody recovering from cancer and a removal of one of his lungs to gain some weight and improve his health. Well, it includes things like margarine in here, cakes, tarts, pastries, chocolate bars, crisps. It suggests toast, scones, Aero Mars, Milky Bar, flavoured milk drinks. This here added mayonnaise, salad dressings, thick yogurts, extra sugar in your puddings. I'm in the business of optimum nutrition, optimum health, wellness and well-being. Would I give someone recovering from cancer this type of advice? When we left that day, and not to be unkind, the lady, the dietitian giving the advice, was overweight. She was obviously overweight. And when we left that day with this booklet, my dad said to me, what did you think of the advice that we got in there? And I said, Dad, we'll tweak it a bit. Well, what it really meant was, let's get rid of this booklet and let's do something radically different. And this is printed by the NHS, the National Health Service. So know that there's lots of what we believe to be, you know, valid information, qualified advice. But how's it working? Take a look at the health of the nation. Diabetes is going that way. You know, the people are, you know, struggling with all sorts of conditions, you know, hypertension and various health-related diseases. So the advice that's been given obviously isn't working, except for the types of people that have been to my classes and that I consult with, because success leaves clues and the focus is in the wrong place. So calories, shhhmalories, get a little bit more informed advice about, you know, how to optimise your health, wellness and well-being by consuming optimal nutrition. So I thought I'd just share some of that with you today. I hope that was insightful. As always, if you need any more advice, please get back in touch through the website and